I have example number 8,765 here of Hillary Clinton pandering to the right and abandoning the left. So the Hill breaks this down for us. Clinton's campaign is launching a new group called Mormons for Hillary. The move comes as Clinton hopes to gain ground on GOP nominee Donald Trump in Utah and get an edge in the battleground state of Nevada. The group consists of almost 120 members, including some longtime Republicans who believe Clinton is the best candidate to uphold religious freedom, according to the Salt Lake Tribune. Democrats feel emboldened this cycle that they can make a play for Utah, a state that hasn't gone Democratic in a presidential election in 52 years. Members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints make up 60% of Utah's population and about 5% of Nevada's. Though the church's population in Nevada is smaller, it could have an outsized impact in a close race. Trump leads Clinton by less than a percentage point in the state, according to an average of polls. Okay. The worst strategy imaginable. Why do you insist on continuing to shoot yourself in the foot? So what has she been doing recently? She joined Bush-era neocons on stage to give a speech to veterans and talk about how much we need a muscular foreign policy. She's cuddling up to neocons and making their arguments. She touted the endorsement of John Negroponte, a notorious neocon. Everybody knows her fawning adoration for Henry Kissinger, who is a war criminal. These are the people who she's going around with now. You know, and now Mormons for Hillary? See, Hillary, the reason why we get so mad at you is pandering to them is admitting I don't really care that much about liberal values. Now, she just said, well, what do you mean? I'm just trying to get votes. But how would everybody react if, for example, she launched an initiative, Fundamentalist Muslims for Hillary? Everybody would kind of get it, wouldn't they? Like, oh, wait, hold on. The values of fundamentalist Muslims are anathema to liberal values. It's the opposite of liberalism. But I just want their votes. But how are you going to get their votes? Well, I got to say I agree with them and the things they do. Well, then think about what she's doing. You're abandoning your base, who are supposed to be the overwhelming majority of your supporters, to try to get a little extra 5% or 3% over here from people who are supposed to disagree with you ideologically. But that is exactly what she's been doing this entire general election. And this is why, guys, she's hemorrhaging millennial support. It's not just like me coming out here and bitching about it and I'm the only one who cares. No, if anything, I'm fucking Paul Revere saying, the fucking British are coming. I'm screaming at her, you're losing your base. You barely had them to begin with. But now you're continuing to slap across the face, spit in their eye. That's what you keep doing. And then you naively think, well, where are they going to go? They're just going to stay right there. They're going to stay home. They're going to vote Gary Johnson. They're going to vote Jill Stein. They're going to write in Bernie Sanders. Even some of them are going to vote for Donald Trump. Only 52% of Bernie's supporters in the primary are saying, you know what, I'll suck it up and vote for Hillary. Only 52%. She lost 17 points among millennials in the last month. Why? Because of this. You're doing it right now. Mormons for Hillary. That's tremendous. Okay, but take the next step then. Just say it. Republicans for Hillary. I believe in a big tent party where the tent is so big that we allow in the opposing party and we try to implement the opposing party's philosophy. Then what's the point of the Democrats anymore? Then there is no more point for the Democrats. But they don't get it. They don't fucking get it. They don't get it. You've pissed off your entire base. You're hemorrhaging millennial support. Independents now favor Donald Trump to Hillary Clinton. Why? Because of this. She's trying to be everybody. She's trying to be everybody and everything and represent every ideology. But that, by its very nature, Hillary, means you're a fucking liar. You can't represent everybody. You can't represent everything. You can't agree with fundamentalist Mormons and liberal secularists. That's not a thing. There is no middle path where those things can be reconciled because it doesn't, logically, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's like saying, you know what, I'm for gay marriage and against gay marriage at the same time. But you can't be. That doesn't exist. But this is the functional equivalent of what she's trying to do for in the general election. We covered the story yesterday. There was a report on climate change that found that Hillary Clinton, all of a sudden, she used to cover climate change in 50% of her speeches in the primary. Now it's down to 1/5. We can empirically measure your shitty right-wing pivot. The pivot is going to die, Hillary. It's an old model. It's not real anymore. It's not a thing anymore. The older generation likes the old-timey, classic politician who follows the book. The millennial generation wants to rip up the book, piss on it, shit on it, and throw it in a fucking fire. That's how much we hate your fucking book. You've built lying into your strategy. When you say during the primary, I'm so goddamn progressive that I'm left of Bernie Sanders, and now look at me in the general election. No, I'm super moderate and centrist, and maybe even right-wing. People accuse me of being a centrist. Guilty! As she said at one point, to be fair, not during this election cycle. Okay. You're making your bed. I keep telling you, you're making your bed, you're going to sleep in it. You're making your bed, you're going to sleep in it. Did you know? Now, I've maintained for the longest time, everybody knows this. I said, okay, Hillary's a slight favorite. I had a big fucking fight with Nate Silver because Nate Silver, was saying Hillary's chances were damn near 90%, 80%, 90% not that long ago. And I said, dude, that's just not correct. That's just not correct. You could say Hillary's got a 55%, 60% chance, and this was at the time a while ago, but it ain't fucking 80 or 90%. It's just not. And you got to factor in a bunch of things. I feel like he couldn't quantify how they're running their campaigns in any effective, efficient way, and that's not his fault. It's just the nature of what he does. You can't quantify something like that. So when you have a lack of data, what did he do? He just ignored it and acted like their campaigns aren't a thing. And, okay, only the snapshot in time and don't look at the trends and what they're continuing to do. I said, no, you got to look at how they're running their campaigns. And when you factor that in, if there was a way to empirically measure that and quantify it, I guarantee you this race is closer than what it appears to be. Of course, I was proven correct over time. Because Hillary Clinton's been running the shittiest strategy imaginable, because Donald Trump has been running a decent strategy, bar his one implosion month, well, now Nate Silver admits, you know what it was yesterday when I looked at 538? 56% chance Hillary wins. So, pretty much what I was saying all along. So, this is the problem, Hillary. This is where we're at. You keep assuming that the way to do things is the old textbook way, which is deception. Which is, I was left-wing, now I'm right-wing. But you're not even looking at the polls and what the people actually think. Because as I've shown for you guys a million times, Bernie Sanders' ideas were actually the most popular. So even people who describe themselves as conservative, and even people who describe themselves as moderate and independents, they love liberal ideas. They just don't know it. They don't know to label it liberal. But you ask them, yeah, Medicare for all is great. Yeah, let's raise taxes on the rich. Yeah, let's raise the minimum wage. You go down the list, there's fucking liberals. So you run right to get phantom right-wing moderates who are never going to fucking vote for you, ever. And you abandon your entire base, and you abandon the left-leaning independents who you had a shot at, and you abandon millennials. I warned you. You have to switch course now. Iceberg dead ahead. You have to switch course now. Stop this. Stop running right. Stop taking Wall Street money. Just, if you don't do it, they're going to look back. They're going to say, I can't believe it. Donald Trump fucking won. It can happen. The race is damn near tied right now. Another poll came out this morning. Trump is up by 5 points nationwide in one poll. He's winning in Ohio and Florida. Enough, Hillary. You want to get serious about this or not?